Hello, everybody, and welcome to Songwriting Simplified. This is episode 1 of our new songwriting series, Song Structure Busters. In this series, we're going to break down how songs work, understand their moving parts to help you write better music. And today we're starting with the foundation, understanding what song structure is, why it's important, and getting a general understanding of common song structures. At its core, song structure is the blueprint of a song. Kind of like a movie or a book, right? You have your beginning, you have your middle, usually there's a conflict, something that keeps you hooked and keeps you watching the movie to get to the conclusion. Songs, same way. So you should care about this because it's song structure that keeps your listeners engaged. If you've ever been listening to a song and it feels like it just kind of drags, you get bored halfway through, it may be because they're not maximizing the function of the song's structure. A good song structure balances repetition and variation to keep listeners listening, right? It's kind of keeping that fresh content coming, but within one song. There's a couple ways that songs can be structured. Let's take a look at a few of them. So first you have your verse-chorus form. We're going to touch on this one again in a minute, but this is our most popular song structure. Another one you'll run into is your AABA, or verse, bridge, chorus. There's a lot of songs by the Beatles that follow this. It's appealing because the verse tends to tell the story all the way through, but the bridge adds some variation, again, to keep the listener following through and to find a new way to tell a little bit more of the story. And then there's one that's rare, but it's effective for certain styles, and that is the through composed song. There's no repetition really, not truly, throughout the beginning and the end of the song. A very common one that I know you all have heard, we've sang it at karaoke, we've shouted it at the top of our lungs in our car, is the 5-in-1 song, Bohemian Rhapsody. Good luck trying to find verse-chorus in there. For today, I want to focus on the most common form, the verse-chorus form. Most songs are going to follow a variation of this format. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. The core of the song is going to be your chorus, right? It's kind of the meat, the main point of the song. And the verses kind of tell the story. They'll usually move the story forward. They'll give new context. They're basically the part that brings us to the main point without just repeatedly shouting the main point to our listeners. And then you've got your bridge, which, like we mentioned with AABA, adds some variety and keeps things from feeling repetitive. And it's also a really great part if you have more story to tell, kind of just wedge it in there. We'll talk about each song section later in the series since each one is getting its own in-depth dedicated video. Verses, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, outro. We're going to talk about the supporting cast is what I'd like to call those last ones. We'll get into that. So I want you to subscribe. I want you to click that bell and stay tuned because we're just getting started. So back to the verse-chorus structure. Don't for 1 second think that just because it's so popular and so often used that it's not interesting. Okay, there's so many variations you can play on it. One very popular song that I know we've all sung along with is Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. She does verse, chorus, but she puts a pre-chorus in the middle of it. The pre-chorus is a nice way to kind of break away from the verse so that when you hit the chorus, that main point, it accentuates it. It makes it hit with more force, right? So the verse is, I stay up too late, nothing in and then your pre-chorus is, so I keep moving, can't stop, won't stop moving. Right? She changes the melody. It's gonna be alright. Bop, bop, players gonna play. Uh-oh. It's in my head. I can't play the music because it's copyrighted. Oh, it's copyrighted. Anyhow, some songs will add an instrumental break. Some songs will add a solo. Some songs add a bridge and an instrumental break and a solo and an outro. You might see verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Or you might see verse, chorus, solo, bridge, chorus, chorus. Forgot where I was for a second. Back to basics. Let's try applying this now. I want you to pick 3 of your favorite songs and map out their structures. Write down the order of the sections. Note how they build and flow throughout the song. What story does the first verse tell? How does the chorus hit the point home? How does the second verse kind of bring the story along and keep it moving, keep the listener listening? What new perspectives does it add? I gotta tell you, one of the most important skills in songwriting has nothing to do with writing. It has everything to do with studying. Just like anything else, mathematics, science. Those were my 2 least favorite subjects in school, actually. So let's go ahead and say literature. I love reading. We study the greats. Do the same here. I want you to get into the habit of listening to your favorite songs with the intent to understand the parts that make them work. It removes the mystique from them, and it reminds you that your favorite superstars, the people who are selling out arenas all over the world, are using the same tried and true formulas that you can use and I can use to write our songs. So what's stopping us from writing amazing music like them? In our next episode, we're going to dig into the chorus and learn how to write a chorus that just gets lodged in your listener's brain to the point where they cannot stop singing it, whether they like it or not. If you found this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what song did you pick to analyze, and what was the song structure that stood out to you? Until next time, keep writing, keep experimenting, and most of all, have fun. See y'all next time.